Melanie is in New York. Hi, Melanie. Welcome to the Dave Ramsey Show.
Hey, Dave. Thanks for taking my call.
Sure. What's up?
I'm currently on baby step 2. I finally, as of the 1st, I paid off all my credit cards. I'm debt-free on my credit cards.
Good for you.
Right now, thank you. I do still owe on my car. I have a lease on a Jeep, about 22 grand. The Jeep will be over in October of 2022. I wanted your best opinion on whether if I should aggressively snowball it and okay, so I don't want to get rid of this car, so I wanted to get another car, but my options were either to snowball this and then go into another payment into a new car, or by the time October of 2022, I can pay off this car and purchase a brand new car with also doing baby step number 3 and having my 3 and 6 months.
Okay. Well, we don't recommend people buy a brand new car unless they have $1 million or more net worth, because a brand new car loses 60 to 70% of its value in the first 4 years. So we want you to buy a 1, 2, 3-year-old car until you've got at least $1 million in your nest egg. Okay. But other than that part of it, what is your household income?
Right now I'm with my father.
Right now you what?
So I'm with my father.
You work for your father?
No, I'm with my father. I live with my father.
You don't have an income?
Oh, my income, yes, 65,000.
Oh, okay. All right, cool. All right, and so you're wanting to trade cars. What you would do is you can call whoever holds the fleece on the Jeep and ask them for the early buyout amount. That's your payoff, if you want to pay it off today, okay? Then you can compare that to the value of the Jeep, and that'll tell you how far upside down or in the hole you are.
Okay.
And so if we find out that the early buyout is $20,000 and the value of the Jeep is $17,000, that means you're $3,000 in the hole. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. So if you were to trade cars down to get out of debt, not up, but down, lesser amount of car, then that $3,000 hole that you're in would be added to the new loan. And then you would get in the business of paying that off as quickly as you can. You cannot prepay a lease unless you pay the full amount. And so if that early buyout is $20,000, you need $20,000 in your hand to prepay it, because that buys the title out and everything, not just runs the thing up to October of 2022. That's just your rental payments that run until then. In October of 2022, if you're going to buy the car, there's a residual value at the end of the lease that they're going to charge you to buy the car at the end of the lease. You know that, right?
No, actually I didn't, no.
Okay, so at the end of the lease, you're either going to turn the car in, or there's a value on your lease, if you pull it out and look at it, called the residual value, that tells you what you could buy the car for at the end of the lease, after you've leased it all these years. Because you're just you're just renting the car is what you're doing. And so, yes, I think I probably would trade down, find out what your early buyout is, and buy a car, compare it to the value. You can go on KBB, KellyBlueBook.com, and get the value. The value versus the early buyout, again, tells you how far upside down you are, and then that'll tell you what you've got to move to another loan. Now, if you go get another loan, get a lesser loan, move down in car, and then if you take a loan rather than a fleece, that's something you can pay off early. And you can start chunking on it hard. And since you don't have any expenses, you're living with dad, but you make 65, boom, you could hit this thing really, really hard and be out of whatever you move down to very, very quickly. Or you can just save up the $20,000 if that's the amount. I'm making that number up. Might not be that far off, but I'm making it up. Find out what that early buyout is, and you just write them a check, and then you own the Jeep, free and clear. Either one. But in a sense, you'd be paying extra on a debt, but with the lease, you just throw it all into savings until you had enough to knock it out in one check, because they will not accept extra payments on the principal, because you're renting the car.